but this is what you need to do. This is how I became wealthy. There was a time in my life where one of those times I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I had to ask someone for gas money to go pick up one of my kids. Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's your favorite dispatch trainer, Antoine West. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Go visit my website, AntoineWest.biz, for all your freight dispatch training needs, crypto training needs, and Airbnb training needs. In my dispatch programs, I have one-on-one training for you guys. I'm building your websites. I believe marketing is behind in freight dispatching, so I'm going to step that up. I'm going to step that up for you guys. I'm going to start putting more in marketing for your company. I'm going to start teaching you guys more about marketing, about websites, SEO, Facebook marketing, Google ads, all these things. We're going to move on from just these fake looking flyers saying that you have a 24-hour, 24/7 dispatch service, high paying loads, just all that normal stuff. We're going to get on some more aggressive marketing, some more guerrilla marketing. You want to lock down on the marketing of your company. You don't want to just be out here doing what everybody else's company is doing. So check this out. If you guys need training, please go to my website. I'll be working one-on-one with you, Zoom webinars. If you want to schedule a Zoom webinar or just a voice call, either one. You have the option to choose when you get done with your online portion of the training, and then you'll be working with me with some one-on-one mentorship. But like I said, guys, go to my website if you need anything, AntoineWest.biz. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. But I want to get into the subject matter of this video. So, like I've told you guys before, when I wasn't at the same position that I am in life now, when I didn't have as much money, when I didn't have as much success, when I was living paycheck to paycheck, so what I'm saying is I went through a lot of the same things you guys are going through. I always when I was in that situation, when I was living paycheck to paycheck, I promised myself that one day I would become wealthy. And when I became wealthy, I would try my best to teach others to become wealthy. And as I look around the world today and see inflation, when I see, wars, the war with Russia and Ukraine, when I see what's going on in the Pacific Ocean and over in that theater with China and Taiwan, and honestly, I see a lot more inflation coming ahead. But I want to help teach you guys how to use inflation to your benefit even more. And there's a lot of things that when I started my business that I know today that I didn't know back then. And that's a normal part of business. So, you don't ever need to feel like that you don't know something because, of course, it's growing. You're learning. That's normal. I'm sure I'll know a lot more in 7 days, in a week from now, or in 7 years. We're just all constantly learning. So it doesn't matter where you're at in this space. The thing to do is just look straight ahead and just continue learning. But at one time in my life, I was living paycheck to paycheck. You know what I'm saying? When me and the mother of my child went into Walmart, it was plenty of times where, I had to be worried thinking about is the food stamp. It's the food stamp that she's swiping, her food stamp card gonna go through, and take, a large portion off the bill before I swipe my card. You know what I'm saying? Because I was dependent on that food stamp card. I was dependent on the WIC going through. I was depending on food stamps being approved for us that day or that week. I was out there that if you're on food stamps, I know how it is. You have to reapply and all that stuff all the time. Then you're thinking about, you're worried about if it's going to go through. And, it's a totally different feeling when you don't have to reapply, when you're just getting them consistently. Worry you have when you're worrying about them going through. I know in one video before, I told you guys when I used to go to my full-time job, there was plenty of times before I got paid that I would swipe my debit card, knowing that I didn't have the money in the account, but swipe the debit card to fill up my gas tank so I could make it to work until I got paid. So, I'm never going to be the type of person that acts like I was always rich or just I'm so holy or something or I'm so above everybody else that I can't tell you guys these things. These are the things that I really want to take the time out to tell you guys about so you can see what made me, so you have to look into a wealthy person's life, see their background, see what they went through and see what made them. Now looking back, hindsight is 2020, and I can see how I used Jesus Christ to become wealthy. And anyone who becomes wealthy uses Jesus Christ to become wealthy. So let's get this straight. First of all, me, myself, I don't look at the Bible like history. I look at the Bible like psychology and science. I believe Jesus Christ is a power that worketh within us. More than Jesus Christ being on the outside or history, I believe Jesus Christ is within us. And we use Jesus Christ to get wherever we want to in life. And Jesus Christ is the power of our own attention. Our own attention is Jesus Christ, what we set our light on. So I want to tell you how you can become wealthy using Jesus Christ. And this is exactly how I became wealthy using Jesus Christ. So, looking back on it, when I was in that space where I was telling you guys about when I was living paycheck to paycheck, when, it would be a day or two before payday, and I would be happy that I was getting paid soon. But at the same time, I knew I wasn't going to have any money, after I handled my responsibilities. But I laugh about that now because I want you guys out there that's in the same situation. I want you guys to know it's fine. Stop worrying. The worrying is what's causing a lot of that. So it's fine. Stop worrying. Stop thinking in terms of lack, in terms of worry. Stop holding your light on the worry. So if you want to become wealthy, this is how you become wealthy. And this is how you basically attract wealth to you using Jesus Christ. So, and some of you guys, you can feel it now. So the things I'm saying in videos like this, I want you to realize that I want you to take the information that I'm giving you and look within your own life, and be able to see it. This isn't anything outside of you. I want you to look at within your own life. So basically, I believe the Bible is a parable about the law of attraction. That it is instructions to attract, what you want to you. Basically, the heaven that you have in your mind, where anything can be perfect in heaven up above, how to manifest it into your physical world. So that's what the Bible is teaching us. And you can manifest any and everything that you want because anything is possible. And why anything is possible? Because you yourself, whoever you are, doesn't matter, color, where you came from, anything like that doesn't matter. I can get into a lot of stories. I can tell you guys more about me. As you can already see, I'm a black guy, and I maybe told you this in a previous video or not, but I didn't grow up with my dad. I probably only seen my dad 2 or 3 times in my life after the age of 2. So nothing matters. Nothing else matters but this. So don't ever look upon yourself. Like I said, thinking in terms of lack, thinking something that happened to you has to affect your future because it doesn't. That's a decision you make in your own mind. That's something you hold your faith to. If you hold your faith to something that happened in the past affecting your future, then you're going to get your past is going to be reoccurring because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So you're going to attract your past to yourself over and over and over again. But this is what you need to do. This is how I became wealthy. There was a time in my life where one of those times I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I had to ask someone for gas money to go pick up one of my kids. And as a man, that about broke me. And I promised myself that I would never, ever, ever have that feeling again in life. Money would never make me feel so low and that I couldn't go pick up my kids. That feeling it gave to me, I just didn't like it. I didn't have to go to anyone else. This is just something that day when it hit me, when I had to ask someone for gas money to go pick up one of my kids. It just made me feel so low. I told myself I would never ever feel that way again in life. So by me telling myself I would never feel that way, I'm basically turning my back to that feeling, you know. So I basically crucified by me telling myself I'll never feel that way. I crucified that feeling. I just in thought in my mind, I basically look towards the way, the truth, and the light, look towards what I want by using the power of Jesus Christ. And I said I would never feel this way again. So I crucified that thought and that feeling. I rebuked it. I revoked it. You know what I'm saying? And then I changed my thought. So I changed my thoughts to thoughts of wealth. And how you change your thoughts to thoughts of wealth is think big. Think about what you want. Look at that picture of that nice house you want and believe you have it. When you come to God in prayer, come believing that you receive when you come and you've already received, right? So you need to look at that house. You need to think about your freight dispatch business. You need to look at that car you want, or you need to think about your bank account having $1 million in it and look towards the way, the truth, and the light. Only think about that. Only see that. Don't see yourself as you are now. Don't think about your bank account as it is now, because that's what's holding you back. You looking at your bank account with nothing in it is holding you back, because your bank account with nothing in it is history. That's all the results of your past thoughts, actions, and decisions. That's what your bank account is. But you want to change your thought to the future, because if you keep looking at the result of the past, which is your bank account, you're going to impress that feeling upon your heart. And then you're going to naturally do things that keep you in the same situation. That's what's going on with you and your bank account. And that's what's going on with you and any problem that you have in life. What you need to do is change your thought and look at the way, the truth, and the light. And how you can do that to become wealthy is to only think about wealth. Watch YouTube videos, read books about wealth. Stop thinking the old thoughts about wealth, because that's what that has you in your current situation now. So you want to crucify, revoke, and rebuke those old thoughts so you can rise up new thoughts. Wealth is within you. You are wealth. Wealth isn't out there. Wealth is inside you. So you have to rise up wealth from within you. And then when you do that, you're just going to start attracting wealth to you. You're going to make it's going to seem so easy to you. Like I told you guys, I came from a position in my life making $17.50 per hour, living paycheck to paycheck, having to worry about WIC being approved, food stamps being approved. And I have just one aspect of business that I'm doing now. I checked the account the other day and basically checked my profit and loss statement. And what I made in just that one area of business year to date is just under $500,000. It's like $430,000 year to date. And I'm telling you guys, I know what it feels like being in Walmart waiting for WIC. So this is a thing you need to do. You need to only see yourself where you want to be. That's it. In thought, every time you think about yourself, every time you think about the outside world, only see the outside world, only think about it as you want it to be. And that's true prayer. Give you guys another tip, as to why your daydreams become true. Because when you're daydreaming and thought, you're giving nothing but thanks. You're not thinking any hateful thoughts. You're not thinking down on anything. It's just like an or, you feel in bliss, and that's how you make things change. That's giving thanks when you feel that feeling of bliss. Nobody knows it like you do, because it's inside of you, because heaven and everything you want is inside of you. So you got to go with inside yourself and give yourself feelings of bliss. Think about wealth. Think about that house you want, in a way that you already have it. You got to imagine yourself in that house. You have to imagine yourself making $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 in your freight dispatch business. Me myself, how I became successful in freight dispatching, because I imagined myself training other people to become successful. Once I already had became successful, of course, I had to become successful in it first if I wanted to be able to teach other people. But that's coming to God in prayer, believing that you already received when you come asking. You see what I'm saying? When I came asking to have a successful freight dispatching business, I already believed I had that, because when I didn't have this business, I not only saw myself running a freight dispatch business, but I seen myself training other people to become successful in the business. So that's what it means to come to God believing that you already received. It's all in thought, because that's true prayer. So, like I said, guys, if you want to attract more wealth to you, just start thinking more wealthy thoughts. Leave the negative thoughts about wealth behind, because you know what I'm saying? Because you want to rise up something new within you, as a man believeth in his heart, so is he. So you want to rise up new thoughts about wealth, because the old thoughts know not what they do. And then you're going to just look straight up towards wealth. You feel me? You're going to do like Daniel did in the lion's den. Looking at those lions, looking at your problems, at your troubles, is never going to solve anything. But you got to look up towards the way, the truth, and the light, to get to the upper house. No man comes to the Father but by him. You see what I'm saying? So you got to look up towards you want. You got to look up towards what you want. You got to think about what you want, and only think about what you want. That's true prayer. That's when Daniel only looked up towards what he wanted. That's when he looked up towards the light. That's your light too. That's when you become Daniel. You become Daniel when you only look towards what you want. So only look towards wealth. Don't think about being broke. It doesn't matter what your bank account looks like, because you're about to change that. Listening to this advice, reading books about wealth, YouTube videos, just indulging yourself in wealth. You're going to start rising up new thoughts about wealth, and you're going to start rising up new like emotions and feelings about wealth. And then you're going to start attracting wealth, and it's going to be easier. So never stop thinking about yourself in your current situation, and only see yourself as you want to be. And that's using the power of Jesus Christ. That's looking towards the way, the truth, and the light. And that is faith. When you only see yourself, and when you only see your world as you want it to be, that's faith. That's true faith. That's using the way, the truth, and the light. So wherever you're at in life, just like I did when I was broke, when I had to get money from other people to go see, a kid that I created myself, I only looked towards the way, the truth, and the light, and I crucified that old feeling, that old emotion. I told myself I'm going to stop thinking in these terms. I'm just going to start thinking and seeing myself as I want to be. If you guys need anything, though, I love you guys. Like I said, I know it's a lot of inflation going on these days, and I just want to give you guys the best information, from my heart, that I can give to you guys to help you guys to become wealthy, because I know how it is out there. I've been there. I've done that. And like I said, guys, this is just my best advice. But if you guys need anything, go to my website, AntoineWest.biz. Thank you for watching this video.